Hello, Henry Lord friends. I hope you're all doing well. Chef Quinn here. Not in chef gear. So what does that mean? Well, because it's such a beautiful day, I wanted to read to you guys some poems that I grew up on from a book that I grew up with called Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. But I've chosen poems that are all about food. So I hope you enjoy them. We're going to start with one. A lot of them have messages. Now think about the poems and think about the message. Think about what it's talking about. All right? So the first one is called Melinda May. Melinda May. All right? So, have you heard of tiny Melinda May who ate a monstrous whale? She thought she could, so she said she would. So she started in right at the tail. And everyone said, "You're much too small," but that didn't bother Melinda at all. She took little bites and she chewed very slow, just like a good girl should. And in 89 years, she ate that whale because she said she would. All right. So that's our first of the fun poems that we'll read today. What did you think? Write in the comments. Let me know what you think of them. The second one is called Recipe for a Hippopotamus Sandwich. And it's a great fun picture. All right, the poem goes. A hippo sandwich is easy to make. All you do is simply take one slice of bread, one slice of cake, some mayonnaise, one onion ring, one hippopotamus, one piece of string. That ought to do it. Oh, I forgot a dash of pepper. A dash of pepper, that ought to do it. And now comes the problem. Biting into it. All right, that's our second poem of the day. Now, let's see what else we have here. This is a fun one. No picture. Have a sip of tea. And I picked that cup out special for all you Henry Lord Bulldogs. I wonder why, huh? All right. With his mouth full of food. Milford Dupree, though he knew it was rude, talked with his mouth full of food. He never would burp or walk out in the nude, but he talked with his mouth full of food. His mother said, "Milford, it's crude and it's lewd to talk with your mouth full of food. Why, even the milk cow who mooed as she chewed never mooed with her mouth full of food. And the cuckoo would never have cuckooed if he cooed with his mouth full of food. His dad said, get married or go get tattooed, but don't talk with your mouth full of food. If it was a crime, you would surely get sued if you talked with your mouth full of food. Why, just like an animal, you should be zooed as you talk with your mouth full of food. For you know we're all put in a terrible mood when you talk with your mouth full of food." They pleaded and begged. He just giggled and chewed and laughed with his mouth full of food. And all they advised him, he simply poo-pooed. He poo-pooed with his mouth full of food. So they sent for the gluer and had his mouth glued, 'cause he talked with his mouth full of food. Now instead of good morning, he says, "In the morning, I won't talk with my mouth full of food." Glue in your mouth for talking with your mouth full of food. Think about that. All right, what else do we got for you? What other fun ones? All right, this next one's a fun one called Me Stew. All right. I have nothing to put in my stew, you see. Not a bone or a bean or a black-eyed pea. So I'll just climb in the pot to see if I can make a stew out of me. I'll put in some pepper and salt and I'll sit in the bubbling water. I won't scream a bit. I'll sing while I simmer. I'll smile while I'm stewing. I'll taste myself often to see how I'm doing. I'll stir me around with this big wooden spoon and serve me up at 1:45. So bring out your stew bowls, your gobblers and snackers. Farewell, and I hope you enjoy me with crackers. Could we really do that? I don't think so, but it's funny. The next one is a great picture called Spaghetti. See the picture? All right. The poem goes, spaghetti, spaghetti all over the place, up to my elbows, up to my face, over the carpet and under the chairs, into the hammock and wound round the stairs, filling the bathtub and covering the desk, making the sofa a mad mushy mess. The party is ruined, I'm terribly worried. The guests have all left, unless they're all buried. I told them bring presents, I said throw confetti. I guess they heard wrong, 'cause they all threw spaghetti. They still make me smile. I hope they're making you guys smile. All right, what else we got here? Okay. The next one is called pancakes. You guys like pancakes? You did when we cooked them. So, pancake. Look at that. A nice big stack of pancakes. It's a quick one. Who wants a pancake? Sweet and piping hot? Good little Grace looks up and says, I'll take the one on top. Who else wants a pancake fresh off the griddle? Terrible Teresa smiles and says, I'll take the one in the middle. So which ones are you guys? Are you good little Grace or are you terrible Teresa? This next one is another short one called Sleeping Sardines. Everyone know what a sardine is, right? It's little fishies in a can. I'm tired of eating just beans, says I. I opened a can of sardines, but they all started to squeak. Hey, we're trying to sleep. We were snuggled up tight till you let in the light. You big silly sap, let us finish our nap. Now close up the lid. So that's what I did. Will somebody please pass the beans? All right, we're down to our last two. Now, the next one is a long one, but it tells a good message. Can anyone read that title? All right. The title of it is Sarah, Cynthia, Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. So I'm going to have to take a sip of tea because this is a long one and a fun one to read. So, are you ready? Sarah, Cynthia, Sylvia Stout would not take the garbage out. She'd scour the pots and scrape the pans, candy the yams and spice the hams. And though her daddy would scream and shout, she simply would not take the garbage out. And so it piled up to the ceilings, coffee grounds and potato peelings, brown bananas, rotten peas, chunks of sour cottage cheese. It filled the can, it covered the floor. It cracked the window and blocked the door with bacon rinds and chicken bones, drippy ends of ice cream cones, prune pits, peach pits, orange peel, gloppy glumps of cold oatmeal, pizza crusts and withered greens, soggy beans and tangerines, crust of black-burned buttered toast, grizzly bits of beefy roasts. The garbage rolled on down the hall. It raised the wind. It raised the roof. It broke the wall. Greasy napkins, cookie crumbs, globs of gooey bubble gum, cellophane from green balcony. Cellophane from green bologna, rubbery, blubbery macaroni, peanut butter, caked and dry, curdled milk, and crusts of pie, moldy melons, dried up mustard, eggshells mixed with lemon custard, cold French fries and rancid meat, yellow lumps of cream of wheat. At last the garbage reached so high that finally it touched the sky, and all the neighbors moved away, and none of their friends had come to play. And finally Sarah Cynthia Stout said, okay, I'll take the garbage out. But then, of course, it was too late. The garbage reached across the state, from New York to the Golden Gate. And there in the garbage she did hate, poor Sarah met an awful fate that I cannot right now relate, because the hour is much too late. But children, remember Sarah Stout, and always take the garbage out. It's a good one, huh? All right, so that's the last of the food ones. Another sip of tea. Now, this last one has a lot of special meaning to me. I had to memorize this poem for my 6th grade graduation. That's right, when I was just about your guys' age, maybe a little bit older, but not much, I had to memorize this poem, and I said it at my graduation. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it. It's called Sick. And there's a little person in that bed not feeling so well. So, I don't have it memorized anymore. So I do have to read it, but I encourage you all to read it and memorize it because it's a lot of fun. Here it goes. Sick. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry, I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I counted 16 chicken pox, and there's one more that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough and sneeze and gasp and choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hip hurts when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankle's sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My spine is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbow's bent. My spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There is a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail. And my heart is, what? What's that? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday? Goodbye. I'm going out to play. And that is the readings that I've chosen for you today from Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. There's loads more poems in there that are a lot of fun. And I encourage you to check it out. Find it out if you like listening to me read you poems from Shel Silverstein. Comment below. Let me know if you like it, and I'll do it again. Maybe even out here in the beautiful sunshine. All right? So you guys have a good day. Take care. And I look forward to cooking for you soon, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon, I hope. All right, take care.